Hey, what's up everyone? I just wanted to inform you that record warm temperatures are on the way. And for some, near record warm temperatures are on the way. The interesting thing is the weather has flip-flopped. We have been going through negatives and wind chills well below zero. And basically, a couple of days ago we were 2 degrees for the low. And now at 10:40 p.m. at night, Central Time, it's 57 degrees outside. Nearly 60 degrees. Hold on. And this is from CBS Denver, over in Denver. After a few days we warmed back to 50s. They warmed back to 50s over in Denver. They warmed up into the 50s after being cold and dealing with snow. And 60s. Apparently, after this front moves through, a lot of us in the United States will be in the 60s. We're expected to be in the 60s Monday, if not the 70s, here in the central areas. Now, over in Denver, Colorado, some weather models are suggesting lower 70s in Denver, Colorado for Friday afternoon. Or, that's what they suggested for yesterday. Sorry, this article is a day old, or a few days old, so I'm reading an article from several days ago. It's been record warmth in several areas now after we went through record cold. So I'm just going to give you another overview. We were 2 degrees at this time just 2 days ago. And now we're 57 degrees outside at this time. A little over 48 hours later, if that. So I'd say a little over 48 hours, a couple of days. Because Wednesday night into Thursday morning, it was brutal cold still. And now here we are. Saturday evening, Saturday night. So roughly 3 days later. So I'm going to expand it a little bit further. Roughly 3 days later, we're dealing with, in just a matter of a few days, some people changed. You should have seen the forecast. Some people changed 25 degrees in 2 minutes. And they were talking about it on Twitter and all over the internet. They were talking about it on YouTube and discussing it online, that their temperatures dropped 25 degrees in a matter of a minute or two. And I have seen things like this coming for a long time. I've suspected it, and I've just felt it. I felt that these were the times that we're in, but I'm just reporting it to you in these times in which we live. I'm just reporting the news. Record high temperatures, record warmth, and near record warmth for some is on the way. So we could be 70 next Monday. We're going to be in the upper 60s. Maybe near 70, who knows, maybe above. As far as Denver, Colorado, they're experiencing near record highs over there, along this front range, ahead of weekend snow. So they're going to be dealing with 70s, low 70s, likely, and then dropping to what you see on the right of your screen there, if you can see it, single digits to very low single digits. Wind chills, if the wind is blowing consistently, even the slightest little bit in those temperatures, probably colder. And the snow for us made it much colder here. So they're going to go through another winter storm, as near record warmth to record warmth they went through. Now they're going through another winter storm. So it was record cold, record warm, record cold, record warm. You see a pattern here. In the central areas, you never know what to expect. Here in the central areas, I mean, it's just crazy. The weather is up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, but better than it staying one brutal cold or brutal hot temperature all the time and remaining there forever. So anyway, yeah, that is the weather conditions. Those are the weather conditions, excuse me, for now. Now, for most, the mild weather continues through the weekend. For us in the central areas, is going to continue through Monday. We go from bundling up to wearing layers of clothing, layers and layers, having multiple covers, heat, to having to run the air conditioners and wearing shorts. And, oh man. Yeah, that's the way the weather goes now. That's the way the cookie crumbles. So that's the way it goes. That was when Jim Carrey imitated in Bruce Almighty. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Anyway, I had to do that there. So yeah, that's just the way it goes. This is the weather pattern. As you can tell here, an extremely warm pattern is expected over this area of the United States in the next several days. This area right here where the warmer temperatures will occur. And also to the northeast and southwest out in the ocean areas. So, if you're a snow lover, as it says there, you're not going to be getting much to any snow in this pattern. Not a pretty picture for snow lovers. The European ensemble depicts a warm, high-pressure ridge locked in place over the east coast and central areas through the end of January. So, it's looking like a warm pattern will finally be over these areas through the end of January. Especially right in here in the really warm depicted regions. Certainly not within the next 10 to 14 days. They say that after a mild weekend, 2 storms will develop next week that will pass well past to our west. Will pass well to our west, which is perfect recipe for rain all the way in the Washington region. Beyond that, high pressure will actually build in with more intensity next weekend, which means more above average temperatures for the final week of January. So, for now, they're stating that the second week of February is looking like the most likelihood for snow, especially in these regions here, shown in the blue and purple colors. As this warm air mass moves away, the colder air mass will be moving through. So, as this moves over to the east, the second and third week of February will probably be the most interesting. Now, I'm speculating. This shows for here. I'm assuming since the cold and snow will likely be right there during the first week of February. I'd say during the second and third week of February, these areas here might be dealing with the cold and snow. These areas circled right here might be dealing with the cold and snow right there in the second and third week of February. But that's just my prediction. I'm going by an estimate saying if the areas in blue and purple there will be experiencing it during the first week of February, I'd say during the second and third week of February, maybe, cold and snow might arrive again for the central areas and head into the east coast by later February. That's just my assumption. So, yeah, that is the pattern. That's the outlook. So, that's just my guess as far as where this will go, and based on what they're saying, and then I'm just adding my speculation and my own prediction onto where might receive the snow and cold next. So, second and third week in February, maybe through here. That's just my guess. And after that, areas east might experience the cold and snow afterwards. So, we'll see if I'm correct, and we'll see if their model of snow and cold is correct as well. So, much love. I just wanted to give you an update on the record warmth from the record cold, from the record warmth, from the record cold, back and forth, flip-flopping. The weather is its own, ME, anymore. Anyway, another thing I commonly remember is usually when the weather changed, there were storms every time, but it doesn't seem to do that every time now. I don't want to jinx it, so I'm just going to hush now, but usually there were strong storms with it, like a squall line that would move through, so thankfully we haven't been dealing with that, and hopefully we don't. So I know many parts of this world have been dealing with all kinds of things and storms, even the United States as well. But these are the current weather conditions, past, current, and future predictions. So record warmth is on its way, and it's here. And then for Monday, really record warmth for the central areas, including, I believe, highs in the 60s, maybe even 70s. And yeah, my own prediction added on here. I do believe I'm just adding my own prediction, but I do believe that probably the second or third week of February, the central areas here could be dealing with cold and snow. And then probably after the second or third week, these areas will be dealing, on the East Coast, will be dealing with cold and snow. So that's just my own little prediction based on the movement and patterns of the storm. Maybe it'll change by then, it might change by then, it might not, I don't know. I'm just guessing. So much love, and I hope you all stay safe and enjoy the warm, mild weather while it's here. And much love. Peace. Bye. This is a weather update.